Я хочу дуже повернутись.
She definitely hopes to go back home once she can.
You might be familiar with the sound of her voice.
Двое суток до Львова.
It took us 2 days to go from Kharkiv Oblast to Lviv.
And you might have spotted her standing close by during an interview along the Ukraine border, a train station in Krakow, or on the streets in Old Town Warsaw. That's Ina Zarypova, our translator. She speaks 5 languages, including Ukrainian, Russian, and Polish. The Erie-based company Logistics Plus put us in contact with her to help us with our coverage in Poland, patiently listening to our questions, relaying them to the refugees, and translating on the spot their message back to us. Just like with our crew covering the refugee crisis, she hasn't worked on a project of this magnitude before.
I was definitely nervous about it, just to make sure that I translate everything, and then that you have the material to work with, and then so you could share the stories of people as accurate as possible.
It's translators like Ina that help us and other journalists make sure information about what's happening in Ukraine is shared around the world.
It's definitely hard, especially there were a couple of moments I had to hold back my tears. Because whatever that is going on right now in Ukraine is heartbreaking, and there are innocent people, civilians that right now don't have a home. But at the same time, I feel like how important it is to share their stories and just to show to the world that this war definitely was unprovoked, and people don't deserve whatever that they got from Russia.
Ina also has a personal connection to the war in Ukraine. Like many of the refugees who we spoke with who have had to flee the country, Ina's father is also in Ukraine.
He has been in the city that hasn't had electricity or water in almost 2 weeks now. We're very lucky that he was able to charge his phone either from solar panels or whatever he could find, so at least I could have a text from him that he is okay.
For his safety, she didn't want us to share which city her dad is in.
If you leave for the moment when you receive text or even a brief call from your dad saying that he's alive and he has water, that hasn't been easy.
With the stories of Ukrainian refugees Ines has helped us share, she hopes sharing her own family's experience will help people understand the devastation this war has brought and help continue the international support for Ukraine.
I just really hope this whole nightmare will be gone soon so people can go back home and live their lives.
Rachel Knapp reporting.